I'm obviously not at the library. I wanted to do a stream while I was in Slabs, but um, it was I was really busy. I was there for like 3.5 days, and there was like the travel time back and forth, and so I was just like working on stuff and a lot of survival methods teaching, and also it was really hot most of the time that I was there. Like yesterday, it got up to around 107, maybe even a little hotter. It's hard to tell because I broke the thermometer around 107. But it was like, yeah, we were going around like measuring the temperature in different parts of the library because I was showing like how much of a difference it makes, um, like depending on what part of the structure that you're in, and how the shade and the airflow really affects um, the temperature difference. And yeah, I broke the thermometer while we were doing that, so it's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, it was around 107, possibly 109. Hard to tell. But yeah, I'm gonna let folks find the chat here. We got Aaron in chat today, Chris, Low Spring Acres, and Dave, Nomad Terry, Andy PDX. Andy PDX, you gotta get into the Discord server and check messages. I'm trying to get a mod meeting to happen soon. Um, Sweet Earth, Nick, Stoned Killer. Hey, what's up? No, I'm not at a gym. I'm working. I'm at work. Um, and yeah, there's art and a print shop behind me, so I've been working on. I actually haven't been working on anything today. I've just been fucking tired. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I was busting ass for the last few days, and then travel time between here and Slabs and back again. I got in like late last night, and I did not get enough sleep, so I've just kind of been taking it easy. And I wanted to do a stream since it's slow around here today, and tell y'all how things went. And if you have any questions about Slab City or the library, then now's your chance to ask them. I'm actually gonna roll a smoke because I don't know. I need to do something with my hands. I'm like fidgeting with my stuff. Usually I'm obviously streaming at the studio and I have all my stuff to play around with, and I don't here. I just have an empty table with uh, art stuff on it. Yeah, plenty of wrenches here. Okay, Captain, thanks. I wanna touch base with you at some point. Dave is asking who's currently doing docent. I will get to that in just one sec. Let's see. Oh shit! I actually brought my guitar. I forgot that I still had my guitar with me here, so I could have started the stream with a little guitar, but I didn't. I also have a friend that's going to be giving me a steel string guitar. I just have to get it, so I'll be able to practice a little bit more and better. I like the nylon string. It's just not what I'm built for, I guess. But it is good to practice a little bit more, like finger picking and stuff. This is the same guitar I've been playing. It's just a little fella. Um, yeah. So we have still the same fella at the library that originally said that he wanted to stay there, and I got high hopes for the guy. I don't want to jinx anything, but he seems very serious and he's very interested in learning and getting information. A lot of times when you work with men, they get really, really defensive when you try to tell them anything. You'll be like, okay, here's how we do this, and they'll be like, I know that, and it's just like, dude, you are not gonna fucking be open to learning anything. And yeah, he's not like that. He's very open to learning and has been learning a lot. And there's another person there now too, a woman who has previously tried to stay a summer in Slabs at a different camp, but it didn't quite pan out for reasons. And she's been doing really great just as like support. And so we'll see how they do. And I'm glad that it got hot while I was there because it gave me an opportunity to teach folks how to handle the heat, like going over some evaporative cooling methods, how to recognize the early symptoms of heat stroke and what to do about it. And, you know, it's been good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize how tired I was until I started streaming, and now I'm like, wow, I don't even, I don't even know how I'm gonna keep this energy up. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see how I can make this work. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I did not get enough sleep last night. Traveling between the desert and LA is like the most fucking exhausting thing. Um, Especially after it's just been hot all day. Oh yeah, and I have my car parked here too. This is um, this is a place that I've been keeping it safe here. There it is. It's in the city. So that's been nice. Um, that's the next thing I got to get going. While I've been going back and forth to the library and doing medical stuff here in the city, I haven't really gotten the chance to do anything with my car yet, except for fix it. Been working on fixing stuff on it. There really wasn't a whole lot wrong with it, so it's just like little things, little chores, and maintenance. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. There we go. Alright. Let's take a look here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we back? I guess I can't be... I don't know. I think I killed my stream. Nice. Okay, good. I guess I can't stream outside. Whoops. Alright, let's see. Okay. A lot of newbies in here, a lot of people that have no idea what this channel is or what's going on. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. Don't be a dumb fuck. And everybody else here knows what's going on. So if you don't, instead of asking stupid questions, you could maybe like, I don't know, like get a little sense of context. Check out my homepage and shit. because it's kind of embarrassing to come into a place that you've never been and ask dumb questions. And right now I'm doing an update on Slab City Library. So if you don't know what Slab City Library is, then I don't know what the fuck you're even doing here. Yeah. For those who do know what Slab City Library is, and you've been around, then yeah, this is for you. The rest of you can go fuck yourselves, okay? Like Red Breeze. And Intriguing Turtle. Goodbye, fucking idiots. Okay. Yeah. It it's it's good. It's always good to be back at the library, and it's been better and better as I've been going. Like we're finally at a point where it's not all fucked up anymore, and the things that have needed to be repaired have been repaired. I worked on a lot of the structure and took down a lot of things that people had put up that made the structure shittier. You know, because like when there wasn't anybody caring for the library for a few months, it got kind of tweakered out. Like it was, you know, being squatted by a person who was completely insane, and I didn't find out about it until it got to a pretty crazy level. And the last few times I've been back at the library have just been like repairing stuff and putting things back where they go. There's still a lot of that, like the bookshelves aren't organized the way that they should be, but you know, they will be. That's just something that will take a really long time. And during this time of year when it's really hot and getting hotter, we're starting to get heat waves and they're getting progressively hotter. Sorting books is not priority. The priority in slabs during this time of the season is augmenting shade structures and fortifying structures, and also making sure that you're going to be comfortable staying there, as comfortable as possible. It's never comfortable above 105 degrees. Above, you know, like for me, I'm good till about 115, then I'm starting to like be pretty uncomfortable. But as you sit through the heat waves and let your body acclimate, 115 starts feeling like 80 to you, especially when it's dry. That part of the desert is usually pretty dry, but sometimes it's not. And when it's not, it's pretty awful. The library still doesn't have like a house solar power system, but the docent that has moved in the last few days, she ordered a Jackery and a solar panel to go with it. So there will be at least like, you know, like a portable battery bank that they can use. I set up a light in the main common area so that they don't have to sit in the dark. Excuse me. Can you name a car for an edit? 2007 Subaru Forester. Boycott says audio in and out. That might just be for you. If you're the only one saying it, then that's probably just for you. Anybody else having audio problems? Tales from the Crypt says, what led you to not be... Oh, I thought you were going to ask me what led you to be a cog in the machine. I was going to be like, dude, you have no idea who I am. Yeah, what led me to not be a cog in the machine? I never was allowed to be a cog in the machine. I've talked about that at length on my channel. No, audio is good. There we go. That's why I don't listen to one random person in chat. I get people saying that shit all the time, and it's like, oh no, should I? And then I'm, you know, sometimes I feel like they just say that to troll. Dave says May to October is the the goal is to survive. Yeah, it really is. And it's been really cool to go and be able to teach the skills that I've learned over so many years homesteading in slabs, and like actually see my my expertise being adequately shit. I'm tired. That's why I'm like having trouble finding words. Being, I guess, used. That's not the word I was looking for, but used to make make themselves more comfortable. Yeah, like I was saying in the beginning, like it's not just men, but mostly men. Like when you try to work with them and tell them anything, they get super defensive because they want you to think that they already know everything. And yeah, Jeff's not like that. Jeff's cool, and he really does seem like he's implementing the the information that I'm giving him. And you know, it's when I first moved into the library and did my first summer, I didn't have any of that. I didn't have YouTube channels to go and look at to give me ideas. I started making my own stuff, and I consulted a lot of people that had lived in slabs through the summer and asked for their advice on how to not die and how to succeed, and implemented those pieces of advice that they had given me. But it's nice to know that people out there now have more of a basis to build off of when it comes to this lifestyle, because like that's what human progress is all about, right? um, it's it's about building off of your predecessors' knowledge and information, and being able to go bigger and better as you know the next generation learns the ways that other people have learned. Dave says some of y'all got some wild ass shit to say. That's okay. Just let them fucking be weird little goblins in my chat. It's fine. As long as they're not being fucking shitty trolls. Too far gone says, is it me or does US seem very violent? That is wildly off topic. But I have talked about that on my live streams in the past. So go to my homepage and check out my anarchist news segments. Also, yeah, Captain's posting links to my money apps. I have exactly $0 now. The that's that's not hyperbolic. I have $0. I put all the money back into my car, fixing it, and then I spent all the money that I had getting to and from slabs. My work here is for a place to sleep at night, so I'm not making money working here at the shop. But that's like, if I was paying rent here in LA, I would have to be working like a 9 to 5 every day. So working a couple days a week in exchange for a place to sleep at night is pretty fucking dope, and allows me to continue being here in LA and continue to infiltrate Babylon and impart my skills here to folks as well, because there's a lot of folks in Babylon, or as we call it, that's, yeah, in LA, I guess, is what y'all call it, but Babylon being like any civilized city. There's a lot of people out here that are becoming disillusioned with the system, and they're, anarcho curious, I guess. So I think this is a really good place for me to be right now. Let's see. Ice says, send money to Cornelius Verga. That's not me. I'm Cornelius Van Gogh. The links are right there, and my name is right there. There's the Cash App, $ Cornelius Van Gogh, no spaces, etc. I have my phone in my pocket so I can check and see if anybody threw down. Like I said, I have $0. I've expended everything getting to and from slabs. I'm putting all of my this week I'm putting more energy into myself and you know, doing stuff that I need to do to keep existing here with a certain level of comfort and thriving. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I can't just like let my life's work just like fucking slip into disrepair. It's such an important resource for the community. And I've gotten so much support from people in the community in the restoration of the library. It's, you know, hearing people talking about how bad it got for a while is really heartbreaking. And you know, if I were who I was a few years ago, I would be absolutely livid and like seeking some type of retribution or whatever. But I'm not the type of person that I was a few years ago. I'm a lot more what's the word? I guess chill, non-violent, non. I'm not non-confrontational, but I'm just not trying to start shit, you know, like. And while shit was already started, it's finished now, so I don't have to go and like be a fucking punisher about it. I'm just glad that the library is still standing and that people are taking care of it. And the cats are very happy. Tom Waits was super snuggly, and Satan had a really good time back at the library. She got to go swim in the canal every day. Low Spring Acres sent Venmo. Thank you. Yeah, let's take a look and see if anybody got down with the kickdown. Because I like to eat. I don't know about you. I just, you know, I'm looking a little skinny, man. I need some fucking carbs in my belly. I gotta get Satan some fresh treats too. Oh my god, yeah, I'm tired. Ooh, I'm definitely sleeping in tomorrow morning. Like, really sleeping in. Oh, thank you, Janet. Really appreciate that. Fuck yeah, Janet. Rock on. Um, I'm just gonna check the other ones just in case. And yeah, again, if you have any questions about Slab City Library, now is the time to ask those questions. I'm not going to answer your dumb fuck questions about shit that's not the topic today. The topic today is Slab City Library and its restoration, and its future. And maybe its past a little bit, but you know, the Slab City Library, that's what we're talking about today. We're not talking about me and my haircut. We're not talking about jorts. We're not talking about fucking, I don't know, whatever the fuck y'all are trying to talk about that are new in here that I have absolutely no idea what's going on. We're talking about Slab City Library. So if you don't know what Slab City Library is, maybe ask that. I don't know. Go look it up. Yeah, all we got so far is Janet, and that's fine. I can work with that. Not a ref paintball, just asked a stupid fucking question right after I said I'm not answering stupid fucking questions. Very embarrassing. Oh, hey. Thank you. Peter CT for tickets to, what is that? Tickets to the corner show. Nice. I thought it was gonna say tickets to the gun show. Yeah, I gotta start working out. Rent-A-Go says no question is a stupid question I was taught. Well, that's a stupid statement. So, I don't know what point you're trying to make, but it's stupid. I love that you didn't hesitate at all to head back to Slabs and save the community's library. Thank you. Yeah, well, like, dude, I fucking had to. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, like, anybody that was following along during that, you saw the pictures of what was happening. You know, the books were fucking everywhere, and there was a bunch of fucking shitty, like, notes painted around about burning the place down. Like, you know, I'm not gonna just sit here in LA and be like, oh no, I hope it doesn't burn down. Like, that's just not gonna happen. Even if I was on the other side of the fucking continent, I would have figured out a way to get out here and handle it. Elliot and Mads, shut the fuck up. Fucking 30-minute timeout, fucking idiot. If you have a fucking question, ask it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, what's your question? Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. Low Spring Acres says, it was horrible. It was bad. And I lost a lot of sleep over it too. And, you know, caught the bus back, or out to Slabs, got a ride out, and immediately just had to get to work. It was not fun. And I'm glad that part of the situation is over. That's well past us. You know, like, what was that, like a month or so ago? 2 months? Um, yeah, now we're in the phase where we get to just like kind of coast off of all the work that we put into restoring it. And then next season, in the fall when it cools down again, I'm going to be trying to get more homies out there and do work parties and revamp parts of the structure, rebuild more roofing, and tidy up a lot of stuff. There's a lot of like tweaker piles around the library yard that will get cleaned up. We've done a lot of work to move a lot of the garbage out. I don't know what the fuck it is with tweakers and accumulating ridiculous just piles of trash everywhere, but that's just like a thing that they do. So there's a lot of piles of shit, and we got all like the nastiest stuff out during the first couple visits that I went out, because there was like rotting food everywhere, and yeah, it was gross. It was depressing. The energy was really like fucking like grimy and not good. Um, Now like the kitchen is functional again. There's an oven and stove set up there with the propane, so folks can cook. And we got the like there was just the kitchen, you could hardly even like go inside of it. There was a wall that was like knocked over in the middle of the place, and just like piles of trash everywhere, rotting food. Um, the structure was okay. There was definitely some stuff to repair, and there's stuff to build onto it in the fall. But yeah, now there's food storage, there's food prep area. I even set up like a really crude wash station. It's just like a couple of water basins on like a table, but that's fine. That's all you need. And I taught the folks how to use the two-part. Usually we do a three-part wash system, but this is an even cruder version of that. So it's a two-part wash system, which works fine. So I taught them how to use that, and taught some basic other stuff like that. Yeah, like a lot of you have been following me for years, and you followed me while I was in Slabs, and I would do like chores outdoors episodes and stuff like that. Um, and just like a lot of daily skills were showcased in my videos, my edited videos. But man, it's really nice to be able to like actually do hands-on learning with people that want to learn this stuff. So I definitely want to like focus on that in the future at the library, and host workshops to teach people these basic skills. That's something that I wanna focus on in the future. Let's see. Wow, we got a lot of newbies. A lot of triggered 12-year-olds, I guess. Okay. Chris Bandit says, good to hear library is good again. All good to the people that help get it back to functioning again. Yeah, it's been a community effort for sure. Tales from the Crypt says the inside looks really nice already. Yes, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I wish that I had more time to take more pictures while I was there and videotape. I didn't get any time to videotape. Um, videotape. I'm aging myself. Uh, to video, we don't use tapes anymore. Yeah, I didn't get any time to get any video, or I took like fucking 6 pictures or some shit, but they were with my crappy phone, not my nice phone. Yeah, it was just so busy. I figured that would be the case though. Maybe next time I go back, it'll be less busy and more just like hanging out, I guess. What's your channel about? I'm new here. I'm Cornelius Van Gogh. Go look at my homepage. I'm not going to explain what my channel is about every time a new person comes in and has no idea what's going on. How many folks here have been to Slab City Library at any point? I know Captain has. Captain's kind of lurking and handling stuff in the chat. And I found his flag there. I was really excited about it because like I couldn't find it anywhere. It's been there for years, and when it turned up, I was so stoked. Peter CT says this channel is about Cornelius Van Gogh. Exactly. Yes, that's all you need to know. I don't know what the fuck else to tell you. All sorts of Cornelius Van Gogh. Fuck yeah. Dave says, I want to visit the library someday. Someday you will, man. Oh, there's a notification from Janet from a few minutes ago, unless there's another one. I'm going to check here. Hey, from London, what's up? Anybody Slab City fans? Like, how many of you have never been to Slab City, but you're like super curious about it and you think it's really cool? Raise your hand if you have not been to Slab City and you're interested. Peter, Andy, Danielle, Chris, Brian. Fuck yeah. Okay, now I want folks that haven't been to Slab City, Maryland, okay. Oh, folks that haven't been to Slab City, what is your impression of Slab City? Explain to me in your words what you think Slab City is. Low Spring Acres, Paul Taylor, y'all are interested in Slab City, but you've never been? Okay. Steven Oliknovic says, I've seen all the videos, only a few are any good. Okay. Tonya says, I don't, as at the slabs in 1979. Maybe you mean you were at the slabs in 1979, looking forward to seeing it. Whoa. Looking forward to seeing it in October. That's awesome. Yeah, October is a good time to come and visit. Lisa's day off, hasn't been to slabs, but you're interested. Peter says, very dry, very hot, lots of interesting maniacs. Okay, that's pretty accurate. Oh yeah, it's Mother's Day, huh? Okay. I'm getting notifications from my family group chat right now. Tales from the Crypt says, never been, just saw a documentary and it looks like a cool place for nonconformist types. Yeah, it's pretty badass. It's a very unique little society out there. It's my home, and it's great to be back home every time I end up heading back. Now, especially since the library has been reclaimed and it's doing well, it feels really nice to go home. Dave says, best thing about Slab City is you can do whatever you want. Worst thing about Slab City is you can do whatever you want. Dude, that's the hitting the nail right on the head. It can be the best and the worst thing, for sure. For you and for others. Chris says, a peaceful place to meet, read, get info. That's the library for sure. Slab City in general, there's so many different things that you can get into. You know, not all of Slabs is a peaceful place to be. The library is, and we will continue to hold that standard. Paul says, might be able to handle it in the winter. Peter says, happy Mother's Day to Corn's mother. Yeah, I've, my adoptive mom that raised me is, I'm very grateful to have her. So, thanks, Mom. I know you watch my streams once in a while. Every now and then. I think, yeah, my family knows what I do, but they're all like really straight-laced, and they don't like swears, so they don't watch my stuff. Then that's fine. I'm not gonna curb my language for fucking anybody. I never will. I don't give a shit. If you don't like it, then don't watch my fucking streams. They know that. Um, but yeah, there's so when I'm at like family functions and stuff, I don't swear, which is really hard for me. So I just don't talk really. I just don't talk much. Danielle says, living where you want to live with no obligations to capitalism. Yeah, Slab City can definitely be that. It's a really special place where you can go and be yourself. You know, the motto is we're all here because we're not all there, and that goes for everybody, and people respect that. You know, as long as you're not harming somebody else, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like I was walking around the library, fucking butt ass naked, cause it's hot, and dumping water over myself and shit. Like you can do that in your camp. If you walk into somebody else's camp naked and they don't like that, that's a different story. But it's you really get to exercise your sovereignty in the space that you occupy there. Dave says library has been and always will be all-inclusive safe space. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's always been a space that is welcoming to all types of folks. Specifically trans people as well. And there is never going to be a time where the library is not safe for trans people. Nirvana says off-grid living, fuck the normal. Yeah, Slab City is definitely off-grid. And it's very important to stay off-grid. Oh, hey, I got a kick down from Robert. Thank you, Robert. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Wonder if that's the Robert that I just met the other day. I don't know. I appreciate you. Dave says, dude, I'm going to a family reunion. All my dad's side is hardcore Mormon. I know the feeling. Yeah, I just don't fucking talk, man. I'm just like, all right. And now that I've been on T for as long as I have been, I don't know, like, there's definitely going to be some, like, awkward conversations, I guess. But, I'm not concerned about it. If they're offended, then that's their problem. Captain says, last pimpin' links, now off to walk the Reaper. Awesome. You got it? Yeah, gotta walk the Reaper. Captain's posting some links there. If you want to get down with the kickdown, fuck yeah, that really helps. We also have a Discord server, so you can keep up with stuff that I'm doing and that other reprobates are doing. Got t-shirts. I'm in a printing shop. And if I can raise enough money to get like a bunch of shirts, then I can start selling t-shirts that I made myself. So that's definitely something that is on my radar. There are Slab City Library t-shirts as well if you want to buy one and support. Oh, you guys are sweet. No, that's not the Robert I met the other day, but thank you. Hell yeah, I get to eat tonight, buddy. Hell yeah. I'm I've been living off of oatmeal and rice a lot, like a lot, and that's great. I'm not gonna die or anything, but it's oatmeal and rice, like yeah. Oh, somebody said super lemon haze. I found my fucking vape pen. I haven't smoked weed in days and days and days. Chris Bandit says, I'll buy a Corn Original shirt. Yeah, well, it helps. I do have some prize money that I won that I'm waiting on getting, so maybe I'll use that to buy a t-shirt run. Oatmeal diet, have you shit in healthy bricks? Yeah, dude, for sure. Definitely. And yeah, it's yeah. Oh, that's one thing that I'm really stoked about at the library is that the shitter is really nice. That is one thing that Aurora worked on, making it a little bit nicer. giving it a little bit of a feminine touch. It was pretty trashed when I got there the first time around, but it's nice and it's shaded. I took a nice fat dump before I headed out. What up, Victor? Welcome. Welcome to the new folks. If you're new here, fuck you and put the fucking hit the thumbs up button. Click it. I don't care if you have any idea what's going on. Click the thumbs up button. And if you're not new here, if you're not new here, click the thumbs up button also. I want to see that number up in the, probably on that side for you. I don't know. Up here. I want to see that number go up. There we go. Hey, couple people fucking did it. Go on, ring that bell. Fucking get your thumbs out your asses. Let's go. Let's fucking go. There we go. Good on ya. And if you're new here and you have questions, the only questions that I'm going to answer are questions about Slab City or Slab City Library and the restoration process of it. If you're a regular here, I'll shoot the shit with you. You know that. Brandon says, if smoking weed was a person, this is how I'd imagine it look like. That is the, you know, that's, yeah, I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. That's a really tired, the first time I heard somebody say that as a joke, I thought it was really, really funny, but, you know, it's kind of old. I don't know where that thumb's been. I don't either, but we've got a screen between us, so I don't have to know. I don't have to think about it. Andy, you don't have to give people times out for that. Don't worry about, you know. I only want people to be timed out if they're being transphobic. Okay? I can handle a little bit of fucking juvenile roasting. Or like this guy, this NX whatever guy saying how long you been on the pipe. Like that's like basically this person is calling me a drug addict, so I'm just going to ban them. And this person is asking if I'm a lesbian, so I'm going to put them in a timeout for 24 hours. Jimmy Ganglia says there is no help for you, so I'm just going to hide them on the channel. Because that indicates to me that no matter what I say to this person, they're just going to keep saying bullshit. So that's like, you just ban that kind of shit. And then Jay says, are you les though? After I explained exactly why I put that person in a timeout. So that is showing that they don't actually have respect for me as a channel creator. So I'm just going to hide that person on my channel. Dave says, let's get educated real fucking quick. Corn is non-binary, they, them, him pronouns. Yep, there you go. That's it. If you don't know what that means, then have a little bit of sense to be embarrassed of your ignorance, all right? Let's see. This message is held for review. Dick, balls, hole, or both. An idiot nonetheless. Okay, that's a ban. See, there we go. I'm just taking this moment to give y'all a little bit of kind of an insight into my process of keeping the chat tidy. So that's what we're doing now. We're diverting. Yeah. We're diverting a little bit. This is a learning experience. Gravesend says, are you friends with Tony Pizza? He mentioned your name on his live. I don't know who that is, actually. And then I'm going to look up who Tony Pizza is, because it might be like, I don't know, like a sex offender or something. You know, sometimes people will be like, hey, you look like such and such. And then I'll look it up, and it's like a pedophile or something. So I'm going to look that up. On YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. Not worth it. Just some rando. And he says, I appreciate it. Yeah, no problems, dude. Kevin says, are you a guy or a woman? That's a dumb fucking question, so I'm going to put you in a timeout for 24 hours. It's not like outright transphobic. It's just like, I don't have time for that shit. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I'm offended because you can't tell if I'm a man or a woman. I'm just like, I don't have time for this fucking, like, 2-year-old learning how the world works type shit, you know? Message held for review. People are fucking assholes. I'm going to show that. Because I agree, yes, they are fucking assholes. It was hidden by YouTube because they don't know what to filter out. They don't filter out the stuff that's actually offensive, and then they filter out stuff where people are swearing. And this is a swearing channel, so, yeah. Steve says, are you a felon? I'm gonna put you on timeout for 24 hours. Shut the fuck up. Gravesend says he's worse than that. Look into him. I'm not gonna, just tell me who he is. And then I'm gonna put that person. Where'd that comment go? Why would you ask me that? Why? Wait. Oh, that was you asking me that. Wait. Is this a real thing or are you trolling me? I'm gonna give you a opportunity to explain to me what you're talking about. Softball Girl says Jesus is king. He loves you. I'm gonna put you on a timeout for 24 hours because that's really annoying. Mr. Ramen Noodle says, the hell doesn't matter. I am ready to hear about the library, and you all are causing delays. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Ramen. I agree. I agree with that. I just wanted to take a few minutes to give you guys a little bit of that we have a new mod, and we have other mods that, like, I haven't had a chance to give any, like, guidelines on how we run things, so I'm just taking care of that right now. But we are going to be having a mod video chat at some point this week, okay? I've been trying to organize this for the last few days. I want to have a fucking video audio chat in the Discord server, all mods and anybody that's a mod that can't make it, if you don't at least, like, let me know that you can't make it and that you're still involved or whatever, like, if you don't do all that, then I'm going to go through my mod list on my YouTube channel and remove anybody that's not active. Okay? Anyway, back to the library. We got fucking 10, 15 minutes left. Okay? Yeah. Questions about the library, comments, let me know. Now's your time to shine. Trolls will be ignored and dealt with. Okay, so mods understand how my process works a little bit better. Somebody asked me if my earrings hurt, so I'm gonna put them on a 24-hour timeout because it's just a dumb thing to ask. You know, it's like I don't have time for it, and I don't want my chat flooded with that type of thing. It's also just like mildly insulting. Racist, homophobic, doxing comments auto-ban. Yeah, if it's like outright troll behavior, if you're like, this person is here to cause an issue, then ban them. Aaron says, pretty sure I'm already a vetted mod though. Yeah, I just want to do like a fucking mod meeting as soon as possible so we can all get on the same page. Let's see. Now I'm catching up on not troll comments. Okay. None of them about the library. Mob meeting. Dave says, worst mod ever. You know, I don't want the best mods. I don't need... Yeah, I don't know. I want the spiciest mods, okay? We don't run the YouTube channel the same way that other people do. Okay. Let's see. What other shit did I not talk about? That's been going on at the library. There's crude power. There's a crude wash station. There is cooking implements. There is crude washer capabilities. I found my fucking hand crank washing machine. Of course, the tweakers ain't gonna steal that because they're not gonna fucking. What are they gonna do with a fucking thing that you work to use to make your life better? They're not. So it's there. I still have the hand crank washer. I didn't show them how to use it yet, but I do have a video about that on my channel. But I think I'm gonna redo it because I was fucking like blackout drunk when I did that video. Yeah, I'm gonna redo that one next time I go to Slabs, I think. It's still up though. I don't delete shit like that. I don't care. I want myself to answer for my cringe ass shit of the past, so I have to suffer knowing that people are still watching that shit. What else do we got? I taught them about evaporative cooling and the importance of having cooling rags. I hung the hammock up correctly so that it can be useful. Showed them where the best places to be are during the day and what they should be doing during the day. Which mostly is just like not moving. And they don't have to move as much now that everything's kind of situated. It will be cooling down this week though. It was like 107, pushing 109 for a lot of the time that I was there. And I think it's supposed to drop. They say it's going to drop into the 80s over the next few days, but I don't believe it. I think it'll be like 90 something, which after 107 feels really nice. A tweaker would put a motor on the crank part. The crank is just shitty plastic. It would break so fast. It would have to be like a fucking really light baby motor. But I'm sure they could figure out how to do it. I don't know. There's plenty of other scrap around the library that would probably be more useful for that. Is it possible to do guerrilla grows in Slab City? You don't have to do guerrilla grows. You can just have a garden. It's squatter town. You can squat and build a fucking homestead and grow a garden. I mean, you could guerrilla grow, but there's not really any point to it. It'd still be your garden. But yeah, I won't be doing any planting. I would love to get into some permaculture or fucking like aquaponics or something at some point with the library, but not until we get the basic shit back. So first we're just going to rebuild the basic shit and get the infrastructure back. KCG says, I have not seen you in ages. You've grown into yourself. Fantastic transformation. Thank you. I've gone through a lot in the last few years, that's for sure. Dave says, have you ever considered making the library an Earthship? Well, up until the last few months, I was pretty much done with the library, but now I'm definitely looking to, I spent a lot of time building it up to the level like that it's at. So, now that I'm involved with it again, like, yeah, for sure, I do have some big ideas that I think would be really cool to work on next season. So, yeah, this is an open call for library crew next season. Come throw down and learn some off-grid techniques and help us build some cool shit. I'll be in and out. I'm not going to be like moving back in or anything, but I'll be in and out. Especially since I'll be based out of LA for a little while, so I'll be able to come in and out and do workshops and shit. So that'll be exciting. And we've got plenty of space for people to camp. Sacred Smoke says, makes me want to go out there from Chicago, but I was a craft grower for the state, but I'm good at growing food. That's cool. Yeah, come through. Oh, now I know what you smoke. It's a cigarette, you fucking child. Have you never seen a fucking hand-rolled cigarette? It's embarrassing for you. It's how cigarettes are supposed to be. Alright, let's see. Dave says, I'm down to come help. Yeah, dude, be crew. We'd love you on hand. You could do like car workshops and stuff. We could get a garage going again. Physics says, if anyone just came in, he's talking about the day me and him kissed for the first time. Weird. Okay. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I met Physics in Milan, and the sparks were flying. And we made out on that famous bridge that everybody knows about that I've definitely been to. It was cool. I don't actually know if there's a famous bridge. I'm sure there is. There's like a famous bridge in every city. I don't know. Peter says I would come too if I wasn't 82 in Connecticut. You can always come and visit. You don't have to come and live. You can stop in and visit. Dave says I know some shit. We can always brainstorm. Yeah, dude, for sure. I mean, you know, I'm not a mechanic and I don't know as much as you do, but my skills are getting better. I'm pretty comfortable working with cars at this point. Is there an age limit to what? To slabs? No. Carolyn says, what the fuck you people is why the world is going to hell. That's right, reprobates. We're why the world is going to hell. You people are the problem with the world today. Aaron said, if I can schedule it right, I have poop tons of old stool. And that was a typo. I see you fixed what you were saying, but it sounds like you're saying that you have a lot of poop that you need to schedule. I think you mean shit tons of old school learning. Stoic says, you crack me up, Corn. I love your sense of humor. Thank you. Carolyn says, can you work on dirt bikes? I never have before, but I'm sure I can. Dave says, made a mechanic out of AJ. Yeah, I saw that. You know, once you get people going on that shit and they see that it's really, like, half of the battle is just, like, not being afraid to get you down into shit and, like, look at it with your eyeballs and, like, fucking, you know, look up what different things do and, you know, how to use basic ass tools, then they're hooked, man. Like, there's so much stuff that people pay a lot of money for that's actually really easy. Aaron is overflowing with poop. Okay, Aaron, you need to take care of yourself, please. Peter says, I thought Aaron wanted to repurpose her poop. That is another thing that is a good skill to teach and learn. Like I don't do a lot with poop because I'm not at the phase where I would be gardening. But I do know how to make human manure and compost and stuff like that. For our shitter situation, it's just a hole in the ground. But what I like to do is dig the hole near a tree that I like that could use a little bit more nutrients and stuff, and just kind of, you know, the shitter is on a platform, so you can actually pick up the whole thing and carry it over to a new hole and then bury the old hole. And that's if it's deep enough, then you can bury it halfway and then start using the rest of the hole for compost, and just put like a cover over it or something so critters don't get at it. And it'll just break down on its own naturally and end up in the root system of that tree that you put the hole near. So next season I'll have to do a workshop on installing the shitter, or installing the shitter to a new hole, and what to do with the old hole when you're done. Because that's got to happen like every few years, and it's definitely due. Elsa says, I love your bridge piercing. Thank you. My buddy Joe did that on a live stream, actually. Holy shit, we're at an hour. That's cool. Like I said in the beginning, I'm tired as fuck. I'm sure I look tired. And now I'm stoned. Yeah, going into Slabs and coming back to LA is really tiring. And I did not get enough sleep last night. I got in late. So I'm surprised that I made it through this long. I'm like half delirious, I swear to God. But if anybody wants to get down with the kickdown, I've been broke as fuck. I spent the last of my money getting out there and back and getting supplies for the library. There were funds at the library from the folks running it and talking to tourists and stuff. So that's fucking awesome. But yeah, we had to get a bit of hardware and like pest control stuff. Yeah, so I've been broke as fuck. Where's my phone? My other phone. What the hell? Oh. There we go. I'm just going to see if anybody got down with the kickdown before I head out, and if anybody has any more questions about Slab City Library, where it's going, how it's doing, etc., then I will answer those. You only got a few minutes left, though. Billy says the title says something about libraries, but we're talking about poop. Did I miss a lot? Yeah, you missed a lot. Because we're not talking about libraries, we're talking about Slab City Library. So if you don't know what that is, then yeah, you're missing a lot of context here. Aaron says, well, how healthy do you want this mod? As healthy as you can manage. You just fucking put your all into that. Leah says, pretend to shake salt in your mouth. You get put in timeout for 24 hours. Billy says, I'm totally out of the loop, but I wish you well with the endeavor. Thank you. Yeah, feel free to go to my homepage and look at Slab City stuff, Slab City Library stuff, some of my older videos or edited videos, literally anything. And you'll get a better idea of what's going on here. Do you have rats in the desert? Yes. Do you have refrigerators in the slabs? Yes. I don't, but there are refrigerators. Like propane fridges. Some people have good solar power systems, so they have whatever they got going on. I don't know. There's a bunch of people out there, and they've all got different stuff set up. There's different levels of skill in off-grid living and means to buy things to do off-grid living better. Some people have fucking nothing. Some people have really, really nice setups. Blue Collar Girl says, holy shit, what's up? I've been watching you for years. Fuck yeah, dude. Cheers. Anish says, hi, what's up? Brian says, kick down set. Thank you. Let me finish. I keep getting distracted because I'm tired and there's a chat. Yeah, I'm like fucking delirious right now, man. Let's see. Was it on Cash App? Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you. Krampus asked, did you beat your meat? Yes, yet today. Not yet. Not today. Krampus is asking me about I don't know, Nate Petors. I don't know who the fuck that is, and that's not the topic of today's stream. I don't know if you're trying to troll me, so I'm just gonna put you on timeout for 30 minutes. Any families doing the off-grid living, or is mostly singles and couples? There's all types of people. Stoic says, "Oh sweet, your PayPal and Cash App are in the description." Yes, the links are in the description, and they're actually links, not just like the screen name as well. So if you want to click on those and get down with the kickdown, I don't use money the way that most people do. I don't really need to buy stuff day to day other than food, pretty much. All my money is going back into community efforts, and I've got my hands on a few different community efforts. The big one is Slab City Library, which is what we're talking about today. So any kickdowns, like that's almost 100% going to the restoration of Slab City Library and my personal well-being and the well-being of my dog, who is not with me today. I don't bring her into the shop very often because there's chemicals from the paint kind of just like floating around on stuff, and it irritates her little puppy skin. So yeah, I don't bring her in here anymore. Hell yeah, Dave's slinging the links and the Discord server. Come on into the Discord server and hang out with us in chat. Billy asks, how did this become a passion of yours? Go and check out my other videos. I'm begging you. There's a lot going on here. And I've got like over 600 videos talking about all this stuff. All right, y'all. Let's see. I'm just gonna do one more check, see if anybody else got down with the kickdown. If there's any more questions about the library, you can try and slip them in before I fuck off, but I'm about to fuck off. All right, let's see. Just so I don't miss shouting anybody out. I need to take a nap, man. I'm fucking tired. Can't wait to get out of here. Oops. I clicked the wrong thing. Alright, I don't see any new kickdowns. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Yeah, that's the updates on the library. I'll update you guys as more stuff happens. Alright, thanks everybody. I'll see y'all later. Bye, take care.